All right, this particular video is getting off the topic of plant science and trying to inform you a little bit about opportunities. And the federal pathways programs are just one potential set of opportunities for students that I think you should be aware of. For starters, the federal pathway program is available through different agencies such as the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the U.S. Forest Service. And so these are opportunities to get internships or work in different areas to get some experience. And I've seen some tremendously valuable opportunities for students over the years. And so if you go to the USDA Pathways link that I provide, where did it go actually? Here it is. Here is the USDA Pathways link. It talks about their internship program, what you need to be eligible, and how to apply. And you might be able to get an internship or some opportunity that could be potentially anywhere in the United States. And they've got some wonderful facilities in different places. You could use it as an opportunity to see other places, do a little traveling during the summer, whatever. We actually had a few years back, I think it was 2016, we had the director of the USDA actually come to Hartnell because he had heard of us in Washington, D.C. And so he came out to California for something. He made a special trip to come to my plant science class because he heard about us way out there. And he wanted to encourage students to participate. So take a look at it. See what things are out there. Read about it. Do some research. Go check out the links. And actually, there is another document. It's a little bit of an older document, but it does have some basic information about the pathways and some jobs and other information. So that document is available to you on this website here, pathwaysprogram.doc. I haven't bothered to look for an updated flyer on that, but it really doesn't matter. You've got the main link, and there's a phone number and contact information on this document. There's plenty enough to get you started. The U.S. Forest Service, again, here's the link that it would send you to, opportunities for young people in the Forest Service, conservation stewards, Youth Conservation Corps, resource assistance programs, Job Corps. Again, there's so much out there to get involved. And, some people have heard of certain opportunities. Oh, I'd never joined the Peace Corps. Well, that's a very different international type of an operation. But within our own federal government, there are lots and lots and lots of opportunities. Check them out. Specifically, there's another link to, if you dig down, you'll find this yourself, but these are student internships available through the Forest Service. And a lot of you, maybe you are thinking broccoli and cauliflower and strawberries or maybe wine grapes because we're here in Salinas. There's a lot more that is involved with plant science and agriculture than just row crops. And our management of our forest is a huge deal. And even more so now, there's been huge attention because of the increasing forest fires in California and many places in the West. It's not just California. That's kind of a political hot potato, shooting darts at California, when it's really the entire Western United States is having problems. And much of these problems can be blamed on a number of different things, but where's most of the forest land? Under the control of the federal government, not under the state control. And maybe that you would want to get involved in this. Maybe this is something where being out there in the forest is a wonderful thing to do. I worked for the Forest Service to earn money to go to school, and I loved it. My life could have taken a very different turn if I decided to stick it out, and instead of switching jobs when I went to Berkeley, which wasn't exactly a Forest Service friendly location. Um, but I certainly could have, if I put my mind to it, made the Forest Service my life and my career. Um, think about it. So there's some internships. Here's the Pathways program brochure. Um, that's also in a link that I provided. And then the next page, the salary schedules, let me go to that on the Canvas. If we go to the federal salary tables, there's a link here with the federal pay and an old salary table. And so there's talk about how does federal pay work? And essentially you have grades and steps. And so you enter the table based on experience and job level and education, and then you grow each year in steps. And I didn't bother to update it since it hadn't been updated in a few years. And then as soon as a particular recent president took over, all of this has been broken links. And I don't know, I haven't taken the time. I'm sure I could find it if I looked hard enough. But this is the GS salary table, which is the general schedule table. And so if I look at this table a little more closely, as it was published in 2009, so I'm sure it's been updated, but not that much. Federal money doesn't change much. You come in as a grade. So an entry-level job can have a grade, and even there are sub-steps or sub-grades as well that can happen. But, you know, a grade 1 is just sticking your foot through the door with a part-time minimum wage job, basically. Could be full-time, but we're getting close to minimum wage here. Federal minimum wage wouldn't even fly in California. But then as you get up, you get a college degree or something, you can get up into these higher steps. A PhD or master's degree gets you further up in these steps, and other grades. I'm sorry, I'm using the word steps. Other grades. The grades are based on the position you're applying for, which is how much education and experience you have. So when you get the job, you enter as a grade, and then the steps are generally years. So step 1, you know, if I come in at a grade 9, step 1 would be $41,000 a year, but after 10 years, you'd be at $53,000. Not exactly huge growth for that length of time. But, you know, you don't go into the federal government for getting rich. You go into it because you love the work, you love the job, you love what you do, you find it important. And there are other benefits. A lot of people I know who have worked in the federal government, myself included, while you're there, you do get some really good benefits. You've got full health care. And I'm not sure at the lower grades how that works, but if you're in a career level position, you get health care, you get pension, things like that, which can be very, very valuable. Even though you don't make a lot of money when you're in there, you come out with a pretty reasonable concept of a retirement where you don't expect to have to eat dog food in your retirement years. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out because a lot of people are not aware of federal government jobs and what you might be able to do working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture or the Forest Service or our own California, at this California level, the California Department of Food and Agriculture, CDFA. I don't have any information on them here, but again, look into things. Don't just sit back and wait for things to fall on your plate or somebody to just shove something under your nose, and a teacher like me announcing, hey, there's this CDFA opportunity. You got to talk to people. You got to get out there. You've got to look. You've got to start this expansion of knowledge of what's out there, and then just say, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try something. I worked for the Forest Service, and I didn't spend the rest of my life there. I learned things. I enjoyed things. I made some money, and I moved on. but I have valuable knowledge and experience because of it. I don't regret it at all. And at the early stages in your career, or when you're young, during summer, when you're in school, that's the opportunity to to do these things, to say, yes, I'm going to try it. All right, there's my pitch. I'm sticking to it.